Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
This little guy's Popeye. Amelia is taking a nap. We're the RC Sailors. Welcome to our RC family. Popeye should be excited because we're going to do a little micro drone inside. The weather's just bad. And so when the weather is bad, we either have a choice of doing a video like this and testing something or not doing a video at all. So definitely going to go with flying a micro drone. Now this one is a little different. We've seen stuff that looks kind of like this, but definitely bigger. And this is small enough you can fly inside. And they boast that it has a long flight time on it. And I'll tell you a couple more things about this drone that I do really like before I've even flown it. So let's take a closer look and see what comes in the box. I'll let you know the things that I like about it, and then we'll fly it and let you know if it's worth your hard-earned money or not. And if you are interested in this drone at any time, we'll have it linked in the description box below. Well, check it out. The drone looks pretty cool. I like the lime green color, and it pairs well with black, and it's Eachine. Eachine makes a really good toy grade drone. They're not new at this, and I like getting my hands on some of their stuff now because they've learned from their mistakes. They make improvements, and something that I do really like about this drone and its setup is the non-proprietary battery. See? And it just slides out so you can get spare batteries. And the one thing that I really like, where we have ours linked in the description box below, is that you can buy, when you're buying this, you can choose 1 battery, 2 batteries, or 3 batteries. I think all drones, micro drones especially, should have that option, so you don't have to hunt around for batteries that you know will fit. Speaking of which, this is a 350 milliamp single cell LiPo battery. It does come with 1 charger, and that charger, the only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't have a cable or a cord or wire on it, so it's just a short little USB dongle, but it does work. This is another thing that I love about this setup and where we got ours. Not only can you choose 1, 2, 3 batteries, see we actually got 2 batteries with ours, we chose to get the 2 battery one. You can buy an optional battery pack. I think it's like 3, 4, 5 batteries, I can't remember. And it comes with a multi-charger, so you plug them all in, you can charge multiples at the same time. They also sell spare parts to this. You can buy the frame, you can buy the props, you can buy the motors, all that good stuff. So we'll have it linked in the description box below. I love that about this setup. Very too often you can buy a setup like this, and if something breaks, you're pretty much out of luck unless you know how to repair this stuff on your own. And let's face it, not all of us do. I, for one, I could get through it, but it'd be a struggle. So it's really nice to know that they have spare parts readily available. There's the transmitter, a dedicated transmitter for this little guy. And both joysticks are spring-loaded, or gimbals, some people say, and they feel pretty good. It's definitely on the toy grade level. Keep in mind that our setup, including the second battery and the spare stuff here, was under $20. That's with shipping, so that's pretty awesome. At least in the US, that's where we are. And yes, this drone does have altitude hold, so it should be very easy to fly and very good for beginners, especially because we have this cage around it. And they're saying on the box a long flight time. Now, usually a micro drone of this size, you're lucky to hit 5 minutes. So we'll be sure and time this flight for you guys and do a full flight and really get a good time. And then it does have a user manual too, and that's a pretty good little instruction manual. So let's fly this and see how it does. Plug your battery in and it'll automatically turn on. You set the drone down so it can calibrate, turn our transmitter on, and we should be able to push throttle up and down, and the lights are now solid, so we know it's bound. There's an auto takeoff, auto land button. The yaw control doubles as other things too, so I think you short press to auto takeoff, so let's do that. Okay, we're in the air. Abby, are you keeping track of the time a little bit?
Got it.
Okay. Now I'm going to get this trimmed up so it hovers really well. It's hovering fine, I just don't want it to drift very much, so using the trim button, since we're going to have a nice long flight time, might as well get it trimmed up. I like the lights on this a lot, and look at this, I'm completely hands-free right now. I'll get it back in front of me. Let's see how well we can do a hover. So this is a good drone for beginners because of this. All I had to do, if you're unaware, if your drone, see how it's drifting a hair to the right? You just press the left trim a couple times and that stopped it. I'm still hands-free. So that's how you trim a drone up. If it's going to the right, you trim left. If it's going forward, you trim in reverse. And lately, drones these days don't need yaw trim and throttle trim. So they usually double that button up for auto takeoff, auto land, emergency stop, headless mode, that sort of thing. Now this is supposed to have a flip button, so let's go ahead and flip it. See how it does. You ready, Abby?
Yep.
Oh, very nice flip. Very good, very clean, tight. We didn't lose any altitude. See where it is? Have a reference point. Let's flip it. We really didn't lose much altitude at all. That's nice. Let's do another one. Very good looking flip. Let's see. See if it'll out right here. Alright, okay, came down a couple inches or so. We got a backflip. Here we go. Very nice. Well, the lights look really good. We have a really bright white headlight. We've got blue lights on the right and red lights on the left. I like that. That looks good. And with the cage that surrounds it, let's go ahead and do the bump test. Should I hit the metal or the bricks? I can't remember.
The brick.
The brick, okay.
What do you mean you can't remember?
It's been a while.
Oh my god.
It's been a while since you've yelled at me about that. It's good. It's not bad. Let's
I'm
hit it
still mad
hit it a
about the
little
scuffs on our freshly painted upstairs.
Well, that was really out of everyone's control. We really didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
That's a good little crop guard on there. See that? I'm in rate 1, but I'm hitting it at full speed, and it's doing really good. And that's an uneven surface too, so that's nice. You ready for the ceiling too?
Sure.
We never did like our stucco, so let's do it. That's a great drone for a kid or a beginner because it's just, you know, you can hit it all over, and really, it's not gonna get you unless you really try to. What's it gonna do when we grab it? Okay, all right, let's just throttle back up. We'll have to take out about 10 seconds or so of flight time there because I grabbed that. But we can increase the rates too, so the left bumper increases the rates and now we can fly faster. Definitely a noticeable difference. Is the yaw any different? Yeah, definitely faster. There's rate 3. Back down to rate 1. So huge difference. Let's try rate 3 here. Very zippy. Very zippy. I like it. I think flying inside I like rate 1, maybe rate 2. Definitely a fun little drone. I like this a lot. And a longer flight time. Finally, we're increasing our flight time on these drones. Now we do have headless mode and return to home, but I've never been a fan of them. I suppose we should test them though since we have a nice long flight time. So let's hit, we're gonna hold the left yaw trim. It's emergency stop. That was the emergency stop button. Okay, the instructions are great.
4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes, okay. Bye-bye. Okay. So the right side is our either headless mode or return to home. So I'm just going to hit it once and quickly. I believe we're in headless mode. So I should be able to, it's blinking. Okay, so now the drone is facing me and I can push away. And it goes away. It needs to be calibrated a little bit, but it's working for the most part. I should be able to rotate the drone and push in one direction, and it flies in that direction nice and smooth. You see, even though I'm rotating, it's still able to go in one direction. So the headless mode works pretty well. I got us out of headless mode, and now if I hold that same button, I should have return to home. It's probably not going to be exactly right back at me. Pretty close. So return to home on these little guys rarely works, and I never expect it to, because it's a feature that you're just really never going to use. And on a drone of this size, you're going to be flying inside. So if you lose orientation or something, most likely you're just going to hit a wall You know, you're going to bump into the wall a little bit, maybe knock it out of the sky, but you're not going to lose the drone. Flies really well, Abby. This one to get a good accurate flight time. We've done flight functions, we've done flips, and not only do we have that battery, we got a setup with a second battery, and you can even buy 3 right out of the gate. And I think it's like $22 or something like that for this with 3 batteries. This is a really good deal.
What's the flight time supposed to hit?
I think about 8 minutes. I didn't want to give it away, but I think it's about 8 minutes. So that's actually really good for a drone this size with a 350 milliamp LiPo battery.
And how much was it for 2 batteries?
2 batteries was about $19.
Wow.
It's a good deal.
Oh, light's blinking.
It's blinking?
Yep.
Okay, so that's our low battery indicator, but I still want to let this continue to fly. Now normally, when you guys see that light blinking, you should land to save the overall health of your batteries. But I want to see how much longer it'll fly with this to know if you should land immediately or if you have about 30 more seconds of fun time. And we really want to see that flight time too. So let's just let this battery run out. Pretty happy with this so far though. The altitude hold is very nice, very solid and smooth. It's easy to fly, that's for sure. Just kind of shifting it around so we're not just hovering. Blinks for a while. You got us a pretty accurate flight time?
Yeah, almost 7.5 minutes.
Okay, good. Thought I heard something beep. Maybe I'm hearing things. Just letting it fly. We just want to get that good accurate flight time. You know, when they put long flight time on the box, it's something that I really want to test because that's kind of what makes this stand out from the rest of the crowd. It's landing. It's doing that. So I would count that as its full flight time. We can hit the auto land button. Throttle down.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Pushed right at it though. Also, I know this is a really small thing, but it's 2 AA batteries in here. I like AA batteries more than AAA batteries, and for me that's a plus. Some people, I'm sure you don't care, but 2 AA batteries in the transmitter, and I like that a lot. Look, you know, this is just a toy grade drone. Yeah, I get it, but it's under $20, and there's a lot of fun to be had here. Abby and I bought some lunch earlier today, and it hit $20 for the 2 of us to eat lunch. And so a little drone like this, you're going to get potentially hundreds, maybe even close to 1,000 flights. And before you naysayers say anything about that, if you truly fly and you don't hit your brushed motors up against things all the time, you can get hundreds of flights on something like this. Sure, you might get unlucky and get a bad motor and only get 50 flights, but the good news is this drone has spare parts readily available. I saw the frame, I saw props, I saw an extra battery set. I think it was like 4 or 5 batteries with a multi-charger that came with it. So if you really like this drone, you can get spare parts right out of the gate. Maybe when you order the drone, also get a spare frame, extra batteries, an extra charger, you know, for cheap. It's not like they're charging $50 for those 5 batteries and chargers. So we'll link some of that stuff in the description box below for you alongside this drone. If you're just a truck guy and you want to fly some micro drones this winter just to keep your sanity, pick one of these up. It's 20 bucks. You really can't go wrong. It's easy to fly. It's very forgiving. You can hit the ceiling and walls and things and you're not going to do any damage to the drone. Just be careful flying around decorative things inside. But this
Or expensive fireplaces.
Or expensive fireplaces. This is a lot of fun.
Freshly painted walls.
We have some really nice stuff to show you guys. We have some great ground vehicles, like expensive stuff. We have some really awesome airplanes. It's just the weather has been super uncooperative. It's been hard to find the time sometimes to get this done. But I would rather bring you content with a little micro drone than no content at all, especially when it's something good, worth noting, worth grabbing for that price. I mean, that's great. We got 2 batteries for under 20 bucks and just add a few more dollars for an extra battery. We'll have a link in the description box below. You really cannot go wrong with this. This is one worth adding to your collection as long as you're looking to add another micro drone to your collection. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye!